Hello and welcome to all the ghouls and vampires out there. I'm Joe, and I've got a new movie review. You Might Be the Killer. And this is a really good hidden gem. Produced by Shudder, who are probably the most underrated streaming service out there, or at least one of them. And this was a movie I saw a while back when it first came out. I actually got Shudder just to watch this because I was very curious, because Hannigan is an actress I thought was quite remarkable in How I Met Your Mother, and I figured why not follow her and the other actors who participate in the show's careers afterwards, especially if they went into horror, which is one of my favorite genres. When I saw this, I had been binge watching a lot of slashers, so I was quite pleased to see this sort of thing. And I was quite pleased that Hannigan got to survive the whole thing so that we got to enjoy more of her humor. The male lead of the film, I really did like probably the most out of all the characters in this film. He really carried it. And he strains his back doing so. Does such a great job. And interestingly, all the young actors and actresses who are mostly new, at least at the time of the production of this film, did a great job. They were all really good. And I thought this film was probably one of the funniest around at the time when it came out. I think it'll stand the test of time. It's one of those great horror films with a great plot and a great backstory for the mask, which starts possessing people. And there's a bit of a nod there to, I think, the mask from the old 90s comic and the movie with Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz. But the murderous side here is much more like Jason Voorhees or something. And what I also really enjoyed was that they went out of their way to try to characterize each character very markedly and differently from each other. This is a really, really, really good film. It's well shot, has a good soundtrack, the character chemistry is really good, and the interactions between Hannigan's character and the rest of the cast are quite funny, especially since she's got to struggle to bounce off them since she's talking to them over the phone. That said, the kills are pretty good. The lead is someone who starts off as a nervous wreck and whatnot, who does need to learn to relax. But he apparently last summer had a fling with the girl Amani, but apparently it meant quite a bit to both characters because they both seem to be rather insecure about the other, thinking more highly of someone of the opposite sex than one another. All that said, of the two of them, it's obvious that Amani is the female character, the love interest, is a bit of a party girl. While the lead, he's quite socially awkward, really. But he's just such a fun character. So this one I've got to give a 3.5. This was a really above average film. This was a great film. And the fact that it's spun out of a Twitter thread was pretty hilarious. So if you enjoyed this little mini review, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button if you want. And to also go check out my Substack, where I do a newsletter about horror, fantasy, and every other great genre out there. So do feel free to check that out. It'll be in the description down below. And so, have a great day.